Lately, I've been playing a lot of World of Warcraft, MoP Classic, and OSRS, Old School RuneScape. Two very old games with simple mechanics and simple ideologies attached to them. It got me thinking about the types of games I enjoy and the games that are coming out nowadays. While I enjoy some newer games, I think there's a huge problem with modern gaming, and that problem is the players. Now, hear me out for a second. I understand the gaming industry to a degree. Some AAA companies are definitely ruining the gaming sphere with their overpriced titles and not delivering on quality gameplay. AAA companies caring more about the bottom line than the gamer's experience is a problem. It's saddening. Just look at the recent movement, Stop Killing Games, and all the opposition going towards that. It's the big head gaming companies. I get it. Gaming has, just like a lot of industries that involve tech, grown insanely large and therefore insanely profitable. Most, if not all, companies build their company to make money. It's just the bottom line, the hard fact, whether we like it or not. Companies want money, our money, gamer money, and they do these trends that will get them money. Quick releases, pre-releases, pre-purchases, battle pass, etc. They see the curve, see what those with money are buying, and they ship it and sell it every time. A lot of companies don't see creating a video game as an art or media anymore, but more as a consumable item. A lot of video game companies are just like fast food places, quick and easy. They don't care about preserving the game's legacy or care about how long the game lasts. They just want that initial spark of value. And yeah, we can certainly blame them for shitty games and this lack of passion. But a hard truth is not spoken enough, that gamers just don't speak with their wallets. FOMO is such a disease, and gamers are the prime infected. New games are shiny, and there are so many people playing them. I get FOMO too. It's very hard to ignore that horrible feeling of missing out on something fun, something exciting, something new, something worth spending our limited time on. But we have to realize that it's not needed right away. A new game doesn't need to be rushed. Don't you remember when you got a new game and that's all you played for months? Months. Every day after school. Weekends became a paradise. You wake up, enjoy Saturday morning cartoons, and you turn on the console and play all day. Gamers spend so much time trying to chase this nostalgic feeling of the early days of gaming, and a lot of us fall into the same FOMO trap game after game. A big problem is a lot of gamers miss being young, and in turn, they try to chase that feeling again, and again, and again. Nostalgia is one hell of a drug, but you're never going to be young again. But you can still feel as you did once before if you change your mindset. Broaden your horizons. Stop buying from the same AAA companies. Stop buying on impulse and take some time to scout a game. These companies are not going to change. So wait for the buzz to die down and then put your hand in the pot. Try to understand that not all monetization is necessary to play a game, and if you ever reach a point where it is, stop playing. Play something older. If you can't get your hands on a physical copy, there are a good number of ways to play an emulated version. Will it be exactly the same? Probably not. But a lot of older consoles are just that. They're old. They're expensive. They're relics of another time. Another time where gaming was offline, for the most part, and you can boot up the full game without any issues. I fondly remember blowing into my Nintendo 64 cartridges to get the game to start. And then I played for hours. No problems. No live service, no updates, no internet. Just me, in another world playing. Those days are over now. You'll likely always be connected to the internet in some way playing a game. Even single-player games. And it's not inherently bad. Sometimes blowing into the cartridge didn't work, and I just couldn't play that game anymore. Some games do updates that help the game, fix bugs, enhance features, and can enrich the player experience. So some updates are a good thing, but I understand the feeling of wanting what we used to have. I get you. To combat this, the best you can do is not play a live service game. While I personally don't see live service games as a bad thing if done correctly, as I said, I do play OSRS and WoW daily. I understand the frustration of the problems that come with those games. Potential loss of progress, characters, items, etc. Having to log in all the time, having to wait for the services to be live. I agree with the Stop Killing Games movement, and I believe live service games should be protected and given some kind of offline feature or hosted feature in the future. I agree that the games we buy should be our property. And companies should stop treating games as a consumable item, when in truth they should be lasting lifetimes. However, this is unlikely going to change, and sadly there will be more games that have the characteristics that you don't enjoy. That free-to-play model that ends up becoming a monetization trap, game updates that, while not a bad idea, could end up deleting an older save, and the horrible rise of new price games. So I said you should try indie games. There are so many good ones that don't do it for the money. They have a great story, a fantastic world, and they generally feel like an art form. These devs clearly put passion into these games, and it bleeds in each and every aspect. Even indie games that came out years ago still hold excellence for me because they were that good. They reminded me of the reason why I love gaming so much. We, as gamers, have to face the truth. There are always going to be plenty of games made that follow trends and focus on the dollar over the quality. The video game industry has clearly changed in the last 20 plus years, and we are unlikely ever going to go back to how it was when we were young. But there are also going to be games that defy these trends. Games that focus on the gameplay rather than the value they receive once it hits the market. Gems that are hidden or not mainstream enough to be highlighted by quick click gaming journalists or instantly popular enough for a breakthrough in your favorite streaming site. But they're out there and they're fantastic. And honestly, they deserve more recognition. We should be highlighting these games instead of focusing so much on the bad ones. Those companies that only care about money don't care about our words. They only care about our actions. Start talking with your wallet and you'll start gaming again, at least for yourself. You'll never change to the direction of the gaming industry going alone, but together we can make some incredible changes. At least we can hit them where it hurts. Cheers.